YouTube. Gotta pull up the U to the tubes. The tube and the tubes. And the tube and the tubes. Why the hell did... What? I don't care for that, sir. I'm busy doing my own shit. Yeah, fuck. Okay. Gotta love it, gotta love it. Okay. I'm going to edit this. I can't. I can only play it. Gotcha. Now I can edit it. Understandable. I'm gonna edit it real quick. What's this stream? This is the 90 sub Q&A. This is 90 sub celebration Q&A. Save it. That's what this is. This is the celebration Q&A. Hold on a minute. Just YouTube. I'm streaming right now for 2 hours. I got 3 views max today. Hey, that's pretty good, man. Keep that up. That is pretty good. Yeah, but this is just a Q&A. So feel free to ask away on questions. I do have to send this video. I gotta open up other tabs real quick because I gotta send this to... Nope. I'm just gonna copy it. And I'm just gonna send this to my friends and stuff. Try to play Rainbow Six Siege at least one time and try to get a quadruple kill. I think, well, first I gotta see how much Rainbow Six costs. Like I said, I have to kind of wait to buy more games till I get a job. Hopefully here soon. Hopefully it's after when my dad leaves. It's free? Is it? Nope, I did not want to hit that. Okay. You said it's free? Interesting. Oh, you know what? Let me pull up Discord. No, not full screen, damn it. I wanted it so I could see chat, because off my phone while I'm... Okay, so Snap's taking forever to load back up. Discord is taking a minute. Is there any other stuff in chat? Oh, it's... Yeah, okay. Okay. Stuff's just taking forever to play Five Nights at Candy's Remastered. So, speaking of Five Nights at Candy's, I will be playing the original one first because I like the original one a little bit more than the remaster one. The end after I play all 3, then I will play the remaster. So after some time, I feel like Why can't I scroll down? Why can't I scroll? Why can't I scroll? I can't scroll down further. So, damn. Okay, well. This is going to be tough to do then. But what I was saying is, I think after some time has passed, if we don't get Help Wanted up and running by for like a month or two, I'm just gonna start playing a bunch of the fan games. Like I said, I'm gonna try my absolute best to get Security Breach as soon as I possibly can, so that I can play Help Wanted, Security Breach, and Help Wanted 2, and then we'll just have to wait for Into the Pit. But I can't promise anything, only because how do I links? Can I not drop my shit off in the link? I cannot. Interesting. Okay, well, or what? That makes no sense. So, again, I'm gonna try to play a lot of. I know Five Nights at Candy's is one game that I want to play. I was playing a little bit last night of T-Jock, normal beta. I don't know. Do you think Polish people eat meat? I couldn't tell you. I could not tell you. I couldn't tell you, to be completely honest with you. I couldn't tell you. Shit, this is gonna be difficult to fucking put links and stuff in the stream or in the Discord and Snap, because it doesn't want to just for some reason just doesn't want to work. I'm trying to see. I'm just gonna type in Snapchat. And we still got time. Hopefully a lot of the people that showed up yesterday show up in this stream. Because last night's stream was fucking crazy. UCN was kind of insane. No. Okay. I'm just going to now hit paste. Send it. There we go. Cool. Paste. Yeah. Oh shit, he's still at work. I forgot. He don't get off till 8. Damn. Interesting. Interesting. I'm sending these out now on Snap. I managed to get Snap to work. Okay. For some reason, Discord's the only one that's fucking up right now. We got 4 people in the chat. What is up? What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Q&A. The 90 sub celebration, although we are 4 past 90. On the way to 95, which is our new sub goal, and then once we hit 95, it'd be 100. So that would be pretty sick. Dev, I'm surprised you're able to chat while you're at work still, dude. And Discord is having some difficulties. Okay, so it's not just me then. Awesome. That's the one thing I feared. You're not at work, didn't you? Don't you start today? So I am not searching that up. I have the unfortunate side of knowing, unfortunately, what that is because a friend showed me a long time ago and I was traumatized. So I unfortunately know what that is and I will not be looking that up because ass. Yeah, but aren't you supposed to be at work today? Isn't like today technically your first day of work? They didn't have any driving trainers today, so we couldn't do it. So I got sent home. Oh shit! Well, if you would have told me that, we could have been playing like Fortnite or some shit today, man. God damn it. God damn you, Devin. I love you, brother, but Jesus. So what? You going in tomorrow or something, or are they just gonna text you to be like, "Hey, come in. We have driving trainers today." Like, what's it gonna look like here? Or do you not know yet? We still got 4 people in the stream. Been home since. So you're going tomorrow. So your first day of actual drive training is tomorrow. Or so we hope. Okay. 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 Well, to the 4 people that are in here, I just want to say thank you guys for getting me to 95 subs. I really do appreciate that a lot. And we are on the way to 100. Once we hit 95, that's our new sub goal is 95. So I'm 1 sub away. But once we hit 100, man, hopefully it just picks off. Picks off. Hopefully it just takes off, and hopefully it does. Hopefully the channel does good. Now, unfortunately, I do. As an adult, I have to work, so I have to have a job at some point in time, relatively here soon, because I have plans for my birthday, and that won't follow through if I don't have a job. So, relatively here soon, I'm gonna be working, and I'm gonna try to find time to where the right time to where I can still come home and stream at night for a long period of time and get up and still go to work the next day. I know, unfortunately, depending on what job I have, that may be difficult, so I will have to work something out. But with how the poll, so I put a poll on my community tab to see like what game I should technically stream after UCN, and it was between Call of Duty, any of the Call of Duty games, or Spider-Man. And a lot of you have said Spider-Man, so Spider-Man is definitely going to be one of the series that I do next. I might do Spider-Man tomorrow. I would have to download it tonight. I might do Spider-Man tomorrow. I cannot wait to do Spider-Man. Let's see. I know. I'm gonna start putting more stuff on my community tab just to see like, oh, what do you guys want to see? But where's my what percent? Okay, this is at 100. I just want to have this on my side. Just the end of the stream. Nice. Okay, I'm at 87. I got hella time. I'm cool. So yeah, with me getting a job, I'm gonna. I'm kind of in a tough spot here because I'm trying to lose a certain amount of weight by a certain amount of time, but also trying to continue losing that said weight and staying into physical shape. So now I have to juggle 3 things at once. I have to juggle job, working out, and streaming because I really want streaming to take off and actually be like a full-time thing for me. But to do that, I kind of have to put the grind in and stream almost damn near every day, every night, or at least take a break or 2 in between. So I can't necessarily. I'm trying to figure out at what point in time am I use creatine. So unfortunately, I don't think I can. And I think because isn't creatine, if I'm not mistaken, isn't creatine supposed to like burn fat, but also it speeds your heart up because it's supposed to get you energized? Because if that's the case, my doctor already said protein powder, anything among those sorts, I cannot have. Otherwise, I could potentially die. So I'm not gonna do that. Although that would be I would say a quicker result. I feel, but unfortunately, I did the stupidest thing of drinking too many energy drinks at a young age when I wasn't supposed to, and now it kind of fucked doing all the protein powder and shit up for me. So, if that's what creatine is, if it's something completely different, I'll look into it. But if creatine is exactly what I think it is, then I can unfortunately not do that. Um, only because again I got to be careful with my heart. So I can't do that. Creatine just makes you look stronger. Just ask Chris. I feel like Chris told me before, but I even think Chris agreed with me that I shouldn't do creatine. I'm gonna try to move this camera over here a little bit because I'm looking at chat on my laptop right now, and I'm also watching the stream. Make sure that there's no lag or anything else, and that's how I'm reading chat because it's coming up here. What do you mean? No, you shouldn't. Oh, are you agreeing with me, Chris? Don't use creatine in that case, bro. It just isn't worth. That's why I'm not. I'm not doing any like supplements. Nothing. I'm just doing my absolute damnedest to lose weight. I'm hopefully, I can get some sleep tonight so I can work out tomorrow because I originally where I'm currently at, we just got done with a rainstorm. How much kg do you have? Are you saying how much I weigh? I keep forgetting you're not from the U.S., so your weigh measurement is different than ours, right? Yeah. Is that what you're genuinely trying to ask? Like, are you trying to say like how much like what's my weight right now? Weight in kilograms. So I don't know what that would be in kilograms. Um, all I can say that I am. Fuck it. I'm 260. I'm 262. So whatever 262 is in kilograms, that's what I am. My overall goal is to try to get down to 246. If I can get lower than that too, that's even better. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, yeah, that slipped my mind. So that's why I was confused at first when you were asking what's my kg. So I was like, okay. Um, but yeah, my overall weight goal that I want to be at is 246. But since I want to build muscle on top of that, then that's obviously going to go up. So I'm not going to be at 246. So I'm going for walks. But the place that I currently live, we just got done with like a rainstorm yesterday, and so I went for a walk at about 5 a.m. in the morning, and instantly had to turn right back around because heat lightning and just lightning in general was just in the fucking air. So wasn't gonna risk that. So I came back here, and then I was like, okay, the gym opens up at 7. And the second I hit this chair that I'm sitting in, I went to sleep. So hopefully I get enough sleep tomorrow or tonight to where I can work out tomorrow because I know the gym opens up at 5 tomorrow. Somebody said in Siege this foreskin is using what? What does that mean, brother? What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that, kind sir? Oh, I gotta put in chat on. 95 is the sub goal. I should probably space that. But yeah, like I said, once I figure out where I'm working and once I figure out a set schedule, then I will try to stream almost every night or every other night. So I'm hoping I can find something that I can work early in the morning so then I have my day to work out and then record at night. I just haven't found one that I feel like it would be up my alley. That's my only problem. And you know, it's I stream every night. Should I change my stream schedule to get more viewers? So I mean, it kind of depends, right? So since a lot of my viewers, including I looked at my analytics because I occasionally look from time to time, and the one thing that came up mostly was very little amount that views me are from the U.S. and the rest are from Europe and everywhere else that's not the U.S. So I only stream at night only because that's where I know that I don't need to do anything else in the day. Um, that's mostly where, okay, this is now my time that I get to have where I'm not being called to do anything. I don't have to run around, do chores around the house. I don't have to do anything. I can just sit in my room, play video games for hours on end later in the day. That's why I stream. I just get the lucky chance that, you know, you guys all show up. And then don't stream at night. It's gonna be like 6 a.m. in my country. I really don't know what to tell you on that one then, buddy, because honestly what seems like it does it is you know, honestly what does it is again, I'm more times than not I'm busy during the day. More times than not. I want to not be interrupted at all. 12 a.m. to 6 a.m. You know, I know. I caught the reference. Um, caught the reference. But if I could, hi, welcome. If I could stream during the day, I would. Although I've tried it before and it really didn't do much for me. I really had no viewers during the day, so that's why I chose to also stream at night because that's where I know, again, more times than not, people will show up at night because either they're getting off of work, they're done with school, um, they're just chilling at home, they're doing something, whatever the case may be. They're chilling at home watching me on a screen. So more times than not, I feel like for me streaming at night's better. Stream the Joy Creation story next. I could potentially do that. I want to do the free roam beta first because I have both of them. I have the story mode and then I have the free roam beta where you go against Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, and Foxy and collect shit with under a certain time limit. I want to do that first and then play the story mode. Again, the only problem with that is trying to level out my phone on what it's currently standing on to zoom in on the TV, make sure the lighting's okay, make sure the audio's okay. That's why, for me personally, it's much easier that I just stream PlayStation 3 and PS2 content, only because, yeah, I'm streaming off my phone, but I'm using my laptop for chat, so I can see what you guys are saying instead of having to occasionally like look over, because honestly what you guys balance on, what I have this camera balancing on right now is a brick. I have quite literally a fucking brick holding my phone up, so that's what I use to hold. That's what I used to hold the phone up during FNAF World. Play Reborn, and you can download the alpha with only Freddy. So I tried to look for that. Apparently, it no longer works, or at least not for me, because I originally had that. So what I originally had was I had the alpha with just Freddy. Then I had the story mode alpha where it was just the living room. Then I had the Halloween update. Then the beta, and then the story mode. The only ones that worked were the Halloween update, the beta, and the story mode. The alpha, free roam, and the alpha story mode did not work at all. I couldn't. It wouldn't open there. And every time that it started to open, it crashed, and it just was just a mess to deal with. So I would love to work like that. And I am lagging? Question mark? No. Yeah, I am. Okay. Yeah, okay, we're good. But otherwise I would do that because it does seem fun, more fun to do it that way. But that's why, like, I want to play a lot of the FNAF spin-offs that I can play, so I can play T-Jock, Free Roam, and Story Mode. I can play Five Nights at Candy's, One Night at Flumpty's, Five Nights at Wario's, Junior's, The Return to Bloody Nights, Fredbear's Fright. I can do, what's the other ones I have on my laptop right now? I would try Those Nights at Rachel's. I have it downloaded. I'm afraid to open it. Do not play Endless Nights. I've heard it's such a shit game. It has 1 star. Endless Nights? There's an actual FNAF spin-off called Endless Nights. That sounds like a shit game, I'm going to be honest. Although, I want to do for one stream... Oh, it's on Steam. Oh, that's even worse, because then it's on a legit, well-known site. That's crazy. I want to play The Return to Bloody Nights. But I want to play it normally, and then I want a separate stream where I literally just play the game in real time. So I'm playing easily almost a 24 to 48 hour live stream of a game for 5 nights. Because if you think about it, midnight to 6 a.m., that's a 6-hour game in real time. And if I'm doing all 5 nights, that's almost 48 hours, maybe. That's 6, 12, 18, 24, 20. Yeah, that's almost 2 days worth. So I would be streaming for almost 48 hours. Just to play the in real time Return to Bloody Nights. I have like 600 games on Steam in the span of 3 years. So once I get a new laptop, and that is... What about what about my cross tattoo? What's up, Cameron? Welcome to the Q&A. Feel free to ask any questions, suggest anything, feel free. Did you try out the corn farm? I did, and now I see what you mean. That is very helpful. Thank you for that. Oh, you appreciate the cross. So, I don't like needles. I'm not one for needles. Like, every time I gotta go to get a shot, it's like, I don't like it. This actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was. At times it hurt. But this is 1 out of, 6 that I want? I want one that goes here, and then I want one that's here, and then I want one here, and then one also here. So, at some point in time, you will see more than just one tattoo on my arms, but I only want it on my arms. I don't want it on my chest, my face. I don't want nowhere else but my arms. But everybody that's here, feel free to ask any questions. Feel free to suggest games. I appreciate everybody that showed up for the poll that was on the community tab for either Call of Duty or Spider-Man. Imagine you have a tattoo on your arm, but it gets cut off. That would suck. But I mean, if your arm has to get cut off, it has to get cut off. It's just a fucking tattoo. but I appreciate all of it. So voting is done now. Spider-Man is the next series that I'm going to start either tomorrow or Tuesday. All right. So Spider-Man will be the next series I start either tomorrow or Tuesday. I'm not too sure when, but it's going to be soon. And then I'm going to put more than one game in the next community tab that I do. Because I do want to, I'm still going to play my Call of Duty games regardless on stream. So I'm going to do more of the Modern Warfare Remastered that I did for one stream, where I play just more multiplayer and online. What is your favorite video game? Mine is Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is a banger of a video game. It only depends on if we're talking of all time, because if we're talking of all time, that's a difficult thing to choose. But if we're doing it in certain genres, I think I could come up with most of them. My favorite video game of all time is Red Fiction. Of all time, ooh, shit. Okay, so automatically it is a toss-up. It is a toss-up between Kingdom Hearts or Five Nights at Freddy's. I love Sonic the Hedgehog, don't get me wrong. I'm actually going to be streaming a lot of the Sonic games. I got to finish Sonic Secret Rings and Sonic 4, but then I'll be playing Sonic 06, Sonic Origins, Sonic Colors. I just bought Sonic Riders for the PS2, so I'll be playing a lot of my childhood nostalgic Sonic games as well. But I think it's a toss-up between Kingdom Hearts or FNAF. Because, there's other games I like Call of Duty, Mortal Kombat, Guitar Hero. You have a Sonic movie poster. Well, yes, that is true. And right in front of me over here that you can't see, I have a Five Nights at Freddy's poster. I have the movie poster. It's a mid-2000 game or a 19 is older than you. I feel like I heard it, and I feel like it's one of those PS2 games that I seen in the retro game store down the street, and I just didn't bother to look into it. Because, also, I'm getting ready to see Sonic 4. When Sonic 4 comes out, I'm going opening day like I did for the first 3 movies. So, but that's its own thing. I would have to say it's a toss-up between Kingdom Hearts and FNAF, but I gotta think because all the games that I've played have impacted me and has an impact on me in some sort of way. So for that specifically, I'm going to have to say Kingdom Hearts. Can you recap the third movie because I haven't seen it? Pretty much. Well, I'm not one to do reviews, but I could start doing them. Pretty much, it's Sonic Adventure 2. It's quite literally movie Sonic Adventure 2. If you've ever seen Sonic Adventure 2, it's Team Sonic versus Team Shadow. They end up fighting for 90% of the movie. Then they work together to find out that Eggman's grandfather's batshit crazy. So then they work together to save the universe. And then it set a thing versus... it said a thing for Sonic 4. Shadow Candy versus Candy. Ooh. I'm going to say Shadow Candy. Because Shadow Candy is from FNAF 3. That one is the spirit one that phases through shit. I'm going to have to say Kingdom Hearts is my all-time favorite game only because it left such an impact on me. And so did FNAF. Don't get me wrong. Oh, it's from FNAF Remastered. See, I only played like Five Nights at... I didn't even fully finish Five Nights at Candy's Remastered because I played like the first 3 nights and then I got so busy that I didn't have time to play the rest of it. But, okay, so duly noted, look for Shadow Candy in FNAF Remastered. Duly noted. But like I said, just because I didn't say FNAF isn't like my all-time favorite doesn't mean it's not my favorite. FNAF is easily one of my favorite video game series known to man. What is your favorite FNAF game in the franchise? Okay, so it's a toss-up, and this is where I might lose people. I really like Five Nights AR, but a lot of people did not like Five Nights augmented reality, I would have to, if I put them in a tier list, right? If I put it in a tier list, it would be the first game is my absolute favorite. Then it would go FNAF VR, AR, and then probably Sister Location, although judging by the video I did for Sister Location, I did not have such a fun time. Like I said, love Sister Location. I hate playing the game, but I love Sister Location. Same thing with FNAF 4. I love the game, hate playing it. But I think my all-time favorite's FNAF 1. I like the very first one. The very first one was the best one in my opinion. Has a video of T-Jock's story, and I don't know why. I have small YouTuber streams, and it was like skydive, like a skydive. I personally like FNAF 3 just because it's huge impact on lore. Huge impact in lore, yes, FNAF 3 is one of the games. I think FNAF 2 kind of had the huge lore drop because then they mentioned Fredbear's Family Diner and all that stuff on my For You page. I think FNAF Help Wanted is the best. I do. So here's the thing, right? I have both Help Wanted 1 and 2. And I love both of them. I play them religiously. FNAF Help Wanted 1, I like because they made it based more horror aspect. That one was more scarier than the second one. The second one had better games. And it was more vibrant, more colorful, more upbeat. And there was some games that were like, okay, yeah, I can see where they put the scary aspect. But the first game, from start to finish, is just straight horror aspect. There's nothing bright or colorful about the first game. The first game is pure terror from start to finish. The second game has a little bit of that terror in it, but then it mostly goes from, oh, something scary, and then guess what? Now you're cooking food at El Chips, or then you're doing Roxanne's makeup, and then you're going into the back room to help Funtime Freddy with the light mechanic and stuff. So, yes, both Help Wanted 1 and 2, I agree, are one of the best in the entire series. I still think I would prefer FNAF 1 over it, because here's the thing. FNAF 1, for me, what really does it for me is not just the simplicity of the game, but the fact that if you don't talk, don't do nothing, and you just play the game just to hear the sounds, that shit is creepy. Because you got Bonnie and Chica with their spirit, their dead spirit, when they groan in pain when they're in the fucking room. Will you ever play Secret of the Mimic? So, I've said this before. Once I save up enough money, I will buy a PS5, and the first game I'm buying on that PS5 will be Secret of the Mimic, because I've never played. So the last two FNAF games that have come out, I've never played. I've never played Into the Pit, and I've never played Secret of the Mimic. All the other FNAF games, I played at launch. I played the first one, the second one, the third one, the fourth one, FNAF World, Sister Location, Pizzeria Sim, UCN, all. I've played everything at launch up to Into the Pit. So after Into the Pit, there will be some downtime from FNAF because, again, I don't have a PS5. But once I buy a PS5, yes, I will be playing Secret of the Mimic. Glitchtrap is my favorite FNAF character. Mine is Foxy. Foxy has always been my absolute favorite character. 1, I like foxes. 2, I love pirates. And 3, I think he's more terrifying in the fact that he's the only character, I think, that full-on sprints at you. If you have a Switch, you can play Into the Pit. No, so I have a Nintendo Switch, but you can also play the Nintendo. You can also play Into the Pit on PlayStation 4. So I will continue the FNAF series once I buy Security Breach, because then I can play Help Wanted in VR, Security Breach, Help Wanted 2, and then I can buy Into the Pit and play Into the Pit. And then you guys just have to unfortunately wait. We all have to unfortunately wait for Secret of the Mimic. And by the time I'm gonna call it right now. By the time I get to Secret of the Mimic, there's probably already gonna be 2 more FNAF games out. I don't know what they're gonna be, but Security Breach sucks, to be honest. So the hype behind Security Breach, it was the hype of it was amazing. The game itself, yeah, I do admit it was kind of a bit of a letdown, only because if you go off of the trailer, if you go off of the trailer, it was like, oh, this game's gonna be hype as hell. You're actually gonna have another companion, and then they completely flipped it. But that also comes to the fact that that game has been delayed 4 times. The game was supposed to come out 2019 and then got pushed back to 2020. The trailer came out in 2020, then got pushed back to 2021, and then the second trailer came out saying, "Oh, hey, it's coming at the end of 2021," when it was supposed to be early 2021, I think. And then it was like, "Oh no, it comes out December 2021." So it almost would have been 3 years or 4 years that it got pushed back, because if they would have waited another month, then it would have been like, dude, we're going into 2022 and we haven't had a FNAF game in almost 4 years. So Security Breach is kind of the worst. Yeah, it is and it isn't. It's got its charm. It has some of its charm aspect, but it's not the worst game in my opinion. I still, to me, I still feel like, only because there's not much to do, I feel like UCN is the worst game. In my opinion, only because it's not really a Five Nights at Freddy. There's really nothing besides building your own custom night, and that's fun. Don't get me wrong. I had a blast playing it for an hour and some minutes, however long I played it for. I had fun. Don't get me wrong. But to me, that's the weaker game in the entire series. Now, I have seen Into the Pit and Secret of the Mimic. Both are really good games, but I haven't played them. So I really can't give my actual opinion on those games yet until I play them. From the looks of Into the Pit and Secret of the Mimic, those look like some pretty decent games. But then again, you're talking to somebody who loved FNAF AR and FNAF World, when a lot of people did not like either of those. Or at least out of my friends that I knew, they didn't like FNAF World or FNAF AR. They thought it was stupid. Security Breach completely ruins what happened at the end of FNAF 6. Like, William is still alive in the form of Burn Trap. Freddy Fazbear franchise is still there. So, I think, and I'm only going off of what I've seen off of MatPat's Ultimate Timeline. Thank God for MatPat. Thank God. So it seems like what MatPat was cooking up in the theory, he's not completely far off from what it seems. It's like, yeah, the fact that William Afton is still in Burn Trap or Scrap Trap or whatever he's called, the fact that he's still in that form, but maybe he wasn't always in that, because you got to think, in between FNAF 6 and Security Breach, there was AR and VR. VR, we seen him as Glitch Trap, and I think Security Breach was Vanessa had Monty get rid of Bonnie so that she can throw Afton's corpse or his conscious or whatever the hell they were transferring into a molded, destroyed Glamrock Bonnie body. So I don't think that's completely Burn Trap, but it might be. His suit's real name is Spring Bonnie or the Yellow Rabbit. Yeah. So, well, I'm talking for specifically Glitch Trap. Glitch Trap is completely different from the Yellow Rabbit or Spring Bonnie. Spring Bonnie and the Yellow Rabbit, that's completely different from Glitch Trap. It looks the same, but it's different. But, so yeah, I can see where people are confused on how William's still alive in the Burn Trap body or Scrap Trap or whatever he was called in FNAF 6. So I could see where people was confused with that. The whole Freddy Fazbear location, I don't think it completely burned down, but it fell into a sinkhole, which the mall was built on top of, which, if anything, that's a smart idea, because if you want to, if you're thinking in the mind of Afton or whoever built the mall, why not build over one of the locations where one of the last tragic things happened? Michael died in that building. all of them burned and went to hell in that building besides Afton because for some reason that fucker just doesn't die. So it wasn't. He was not really alive. I think he might have possessed the suit. Yeah, I think because VR is in tricky territory. On God, think. So with Glitch Trap is completely a digital consciousness of William Afton. So for that to get transferred into a physical body, I think that only makes sense on why Scrap Trap is still there. Because maybe the body itself didn't turn to ash, which I'm surprised it didn't, because it was in an entire building fire locked in. But I don't think I don't think the body fully disintegrated in the fire. So they just managed to get lucky enough to save the remains of what was Scrap Trap, and then just put his digital consciousness into the physical body, bringing him back, putting him in a life pod, booting him back up, and that's why Burn Trap is a thing. The thing that never made sense to me was the Blob. That's the one thing that never made sense to me. Um, I never felt like they really went into a well put story for why that even exists. Because it's an amalgamation of Funtime Freddy, Bonnie, Chica, Circus Baby, I think the Puppet, and maybe Foxy, but I'm not too sure. There's a bunch of spirits in that one giant blob that is the Blob or whatever it was called. Um, but that to me is what never made sense, and that's kind of why it was tricky for Security Breach. Um, and then you play a game like Security Breach Ruin, and then you got the Mimic, a completely new character in the game at least, but probably already. He probably no. I think at the time he already existed. I think the Mimic was already just in the, but he was only in the books. I think this was the first time they transferred the character from the books to the game. I could be completely wrong about that, but I think I'm not too sure. Actually, you know what? While you guys are putting more questions in, I'm gonna actually look that up real quick. Was the Mimic in the books first or Ruin DLC? While you guys are putting stuff in chat, Mimic first appeared in the book, specifically Tales from the Pizzaplex, before introduced into the Ruin DLC. So, okay, he originally was in the books before he got transferred into the Ruin DLC. So, okay, so that makes more sense on why the Mimic showed up. What was the... Nope, I can't spell for shit. What was the story behind the Blob and Security Breach? Believed to be a Field of Agony. What do we got? Burn Trap is the Mimic, but he's in Code. I don't think Burn Trap is the Mimic, but hold on. The Blob is believed to be fueled by agony and remnant of the numerous victims and animatronics connected to the Pizzaplex's history, potentially including the souls from the previous game. Okay. So what did you just say? Burn Trap is the Mimic, but it's in his code? Is Burn Trap and Mimic connected? It is theorized and widely believed that Five Nights at Freddy's community that Burn Trap and the Mimic are connected, potentially even being the same entity. Interesting. I never looked at it like that. Wow. I've got to read the rest of the books then. Fuck. Show more. Mimic one program is which is associated with the Mimic believes is based for Glitch Trap, a character in Help Wanted that connected further strengths of a link between the Mimic and Burn Trap. Oh, so that's why people. How does the Mimic shapeshift? Illusion discs. Because in Ruin, Freddy was getting hacked by him. Freddy wasn't in Ruin. Oh, Prototype Freddy was, though. I was about to say, I don't think Freddy was in Ruin, but Prototype Freddy was. The fucking just the body of him. Was Freddy corrupted by the Mimic? The Mimic. Let's look this up. Glamrock Freddy is not fully corrupted by the Mimic. Unlike the others, while the Mimic's influence was often in the Glitch Trap virus. So, partially he was corrupted by the Mimic, but he wasn't fully corrupted by the Mimic. And so, and it's not even actually Freddy. It says Prototype Freddy, which was his just his body with the mouth in his chest plate. So that wasn't even our Freddy. That was just the prototype variant of Freddy, which also made no sense to me in The Secret of the Mimic, or not Secret of the Mimic, in Ruin. Also, what was that bunny? Was that supposed to be the Mimic? The bunny rabbit in Ruin, that glitch bunny, that fucking, the one that always, like, every time you connected something. Who is the greatest slasher villain of all time? Jason Voorhees. It's a toss-up between, for me, because I like the older horror movies, but I gotta throw Terrifier in the mix now, because Terrifier has... Who has a better reason to kill out of Michael and Jason? Let's see, Michael kills only because there was a bunch of different reasons, but I'm gonna go with the fact that he's just mentally deranged. Jason's more like a spirit of vengeance. Look up that in... Okay, I'll look that up. Jason's reason of killing, and they kind of described it in Freddy vs. Jason on, like, if you buy the discs, that comes with 2 discs. If you look at the second disc, it kind of gives you like a little insight of what Jason is. Jason's more of a spirit of vengeance, so he only kills to take back the fact that people were the reason why he died. So I feel like Jason has somewhat a better reason to kill than Michael. Michael just kills because he's just bored. Look up MXES in Ruin Glitch Trap. Hold on. M.FNAF. Okay, this thing. Yeah, this bunny thing. What is this? Aliases. The Genie, the Black Rabbit, New Rabbit, Entity, Security Protocol. Theorized that it's Glitch Trap. Purple Trap. Wow, we're really running out of names for these characters. I forgot what fight. Who won what fight? We're talking between Michael Myers and Jason Voorhees, because there really wasn't a fight. It was just fan voted. Yeah, so it says it's theorized that he's Glitch Trap, but it's not fully confirmed. So at that point, we just really got to go off the fact if it's a theory or not. Oh, Jason. Well, as a fan of both series, it was a draw. It was a draw. Jason technically won by default because he cut Freddy's head got cut off and he just walked off with it. So technically Jason won by default. But if we're being honest, the movie ended on a cliffhanger because they were originally supposed to make a sequel and they never did. I think the sequel, if I'm not mistaken, I'm going to look more into this, but what is there supposed to be a sequel for Freddy versus Jason. Yes, there were plans for a sequel to Freddy vs. Jason, but it was ultimately canceled. So I found this out by I own the DVD of Freddy vs. Jason, but I own the special edition, so I get 2 discs. And they were talking about how Freddy vs. Jason was supposed to happen a long time ago. It wasn't supposed to be this long. It took damn near a decade just for them to make a script because it went through, I think they said it's Freddy and vice versa. And now my stream is lagging. What's happening? Okay. My stream just lagged. Awesome. So they were trying to make sense on how it would make sense. Would you rather see Jason versus Michael or Michael versus Freddy? Me, personally, I want to see all 3 of them in a movie. I want to see... Actually, you know what? Scratch that. Give me an all-out brawl movie between Michael, Freddy, the Terrifier, or Art, and Jason Voorhees. That, if that's R-rated, that is going to be extremely crazy. Yeah, the stream was lagging a bit. Yeah, for some reason, I don't know why it's lagging. Who aura farms the most in all horror movies? Ooh, good question. Good question. Obviously Jason. Jason's one of them. Freddy aura farms, but for a different reason. Art is probably the strongest. I beg to differ on that. I beg to differ. I still think Jason Voorhees is the strongest out of all 4. Because if you think about it, think about this, and they really messed up Michael Myers' ending. Jason versus Art versus Pennywise versus Michael versus Freddy. That would be a fucking phenomenal movie. That would be chaotic to where I don't even think people would watch it because of how chaotic it would be. But I would be there easily to watch that movie. If we think about how they horribly ended Michael's series, take off the mask and Michael Myers is nothing but a human. Nah, Pennywise is the strongest. Not really. Pennywise is actually the weakest one out of all of them. Because Pennywise... all you gotta do is just bully him, and then he shrinks. Like, so, first of all, you're not gonna scare Michael Myers. You're really not gonna scare Jason Voorhees or Art. You could scare Freddy, but you would have to go, like, into the depths to scare Freddy. You're not scaring Art, Michael, or Jason. That's not... yeah, all you gotta do is just bully Pennywise. So Pennywise is technically the weakest out of all of them. Would he do some damage? Sure. Is Michael officially dead? As of now, yes. Michael Myers is officially dead. Halloween Ends was such a bad movie. But yes, they officially killed off Michael Myers. Michael Myers is now dead after 40 years. Let's be realistic. Pennywise and Freddy are the same thing. Technically, yes. Technically, yes. Art is the strongest then. No, I'm still going to say Jason would be the strongest. He has all the weapons. Weapons won't do nothing to brute strength. Uber Jason or Art the Clown? Oh, I probably would have to say Art the Clown on that one. I love Uber Jason, don't get me wrong. But Uber Jason was just to make him look like the Terminator in space. It really did nothing. I would still say Jason or Michael only because brute strength, they would punch a hole through fucking Art. They would destroy him. I get Art. We really haven't found a way to kill Art. So Art technically can't die. Michael can die. Freddy can die. Pennywise can die. Jason dies but comes back. So technically the 2 strongest out of that would be Jason and Art. Because like I said, how they ended Michael Myers' legacy is they took his mask off and then they just cut his throat and then they killed him and threw him in a grinder. So that's how Michael died. I think I know Jason's weakness. There's out of what? There's 11 movies of Jason, and there's apparently a new one that's coming out, which I don't like the sound of. There's many things. In Freddy vs. Jason, it was water, but then who was more feared in their retrospective world, Jason, Michael, or Freddy? I would say Freddy or Michael. The only reason why Jason's feared is because you just keep going to Camp Crystal Lake and just being stupid. So if you just avoid Camp Crystal Lake, you don't really have to deal with Jason. But I think Michael or Freddy. Who has the more effective weapon? Jason, Michael, Leatherface, or Freddy? Freddy can turn anything into anything. Leatherface just has a chainsaw. Michael and Jason use whatever is available to them. So I would probably say either Jason or Michael. Leatherface is just a hillbilly with a fucking chainsaw. Like he quite literally, if you grab a shotgun and it doesn't do that horror movie trope where the gun jams or it's out of ammo. If you use a full blown shotgun, sawed off, whatever it may be, and you shoot Leatherface clear in the head or in the stomach, you're killing him. He's not getting back up. Leatherface is just a human. He's a cannibal that just happens to be fast for a guy his size, but what?
Garbage cans, would you empty your garbage and shit down there?
I did. I'll take it out in a minute.
They both gotta go, I guess.
Okay. But Leatherface is just a human. Wait, yes. Leatherface is a cannibal. If you've actually seen the Texas Chainsaw movies, yeah, his family and him, they eat people, and then he wears their face for a mask. So that's pretty much all Leatherface does. He's a cannibal. That's all he is. Although they don't really show him eating people, but they literally say that he is because he hunts people, then he tries to cook them up for dinner, try to serve them to his family. Would Michael survive any saw traps? Ooh. Yes and no. It depends on which ones. Can Leatherface beat Michael just by hands? No. Michael Myers would utterly decimate Leatherface. But back to the saw trap one. Who would win in a fight? Art the Clown and Freddy or Jason and Michael? Jason and Michael. If you put two tank characters, being Michael Myers and Jason, both two of the most unstoppable characters, against one unstoppable character and a person who's only unstoppable if you're asleep, Jason and Michael win. Jason and Michael win. Because I feel like Art can carry, but if Jason and Michael both tag team and work together well enough, they'll get rid of Art, or they'll definitely kill off Freddy, so then Art will be by himself, and then they'll just fucking beat the shit out of him. So I think Jason and Michael will take that cake. The saw trap for Michael, it depends. I don't think Michael would survive the reverse bear trap, the Venus fly trap, the laser traps, or the rib cage ripper, or whatever it's called, the rib cage thing that was in Saw 3 that ripped that chick's ribs open. Who would win in a fight? Predator and Jason or Michael and Art? Ooh. See, now Predator's a different topic. Predator being another one of my favorite movie monsters. I think Predator and Jason only because Predator's invisible. He has a bunch of futuristic weaponry that I don't think Art or Michael have even seen. How much longer are you going to be streaming? Want to watch more of this? Actually, low-key interesting. What time is it right now? It's like 7:30. I think I'm going to go till 8:30, 8:40. This at least going to be an hour or two. But I think Predator or Predator. Predator, any day. Because like I said, Predator's got so much futuristic weaponry, it's not even funny. Not only the plasma cannon, but he's got like his combi stick, he's got his bomb discs, he's got the acid net that shoots off. He's got his even at one point he had a samurai sword and a fucking axe that came back. Like it had a boomerang axe at some point in time. So even then, like that shit was even then, still Predator. Now, if Jason can catch him, I feel like Jason could kill Predator. But if Jason can't see him nor catch him, Predator's going to win. Predator is the best and the strongest. I do agree to an extent. Predator is the best sci-fi horror movie character. I would put him easily higher than Alien or any sci-fi monster known to man. I would say Predator is the best. Only because, again, futuristic weaponry. He's invisible. He's very strategic. He thinks about what he's gonna do before he attacks. So he actually is well. Have you played? You mean Mortal Kombat? If you meant to say Mortal Kombat, that'd be an M and a K, not MC. And yes, I've played Mortal Kombat. I am gonna be playing the Mortal Kombat games on the channel as well. I'm gonna try to get my hands on Armageddon so that I can play that on PS2 first, and then I'll play DC Universe, Mortal Kombat 9, Mortal Kombat X, Mortal Kombat 11, and then Mortal Kombat 1. What's up, Goofy? What's more iconic, Jason's sound or Michael's theme? Oh, Michael, because Michael came first, so it would be Michael. Alien is the strongest. Oh, in Mortal Kombat? It just depends on who controls who, because technically, to me, Alien is the weakest, but that's only because I play Jason, Predator, Sub-Zero, Ermac, Takeda, and everybody else. I would say Alien to me was the weakest character. No, Leatherface was kind of Leatherface was cool to be in Mortal Kombat. That's more believable, but Okay, I will be right back. You guys just keep throwing questions. I'll be right back. The beard is coming on. God, it is. I've been trying to do Ermac's finisher and I can't do it. All right, everybody, just keep putting stuff. You can ask about the future of the channel. Quite literally, ask anything and I'll answer it when I get back. So, BRB. All right, I am back, people. My bad, I am back. What's more iconic, Jason's mask or Freddy's glove? Jason's mask. I think Jason's mask is more more iconic in a way. I do appreciate everybody that's in this stream, though. I do appreciate y'all. Oh, actually, speaking of Freddy's glove, I actually have one. I have a Freddy Krueger glove on display in my recording room. In my room, I have a Freddy Krueger glove from actually from one of the movies. It's from the third movie, or as seen in the third movie. Michael or 50 Michael. Well, 50 Chuckies. Chucky, actually. If there's 50 of him, yeah, Chucky. I think Michael will be overwhelmed. I think Michael would be overwhelmed in that regard. Would you rather fight 50 Chuckies or one leprechaun? Leprechaun, you kidding me? Find a 4-leaf clover, shoe in his mouth, he'll die. He dies. What is the most iconic horror franchise of all time? I love these horror movie questions because I'm a huge fan of horror movies and all that stuff. So, what is the most iconic one of all time? In my opinion, it's anywhere from Michael, Jason, Freddy, or it might Candyman, Chucky. I think those are iconic. I think what makes it iconic is how much you remember it. So with that alone, through my childhood, it was either Freddy or Jason. So Michael, I really didn't watch that much as a child. I've always watched Freddy or Jason as a child. So I'm gonna say just because. What is the most iconic movie franchise in all time, including Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, and Marvel? Oh, Predator or 20 Chucky? 20 Chuckies. I'll die by Predator. What is the most iconic movie franchise? Ooh, to me, of all time, to me, I would have to say either. Ooh, that's tough. That's tough. Who are farms more, Michael or Jason? Jason, all the way. Ooh, of all time. So here's an easy way to just say that: any Marvel movie ever. What's better, Star Wars or Harry Potter? So. Here's the problem. I don't like Star Wars, and I don't care for Harry Potter. I haven't seen all the Harry Potter movies, and I haven't seen all the Star Wars movies. I know the characters, I know the references. I just never really cared for either Star Wars or Harry Potter. But if I had to choose, I would say Harry Potter over Star Wars. Who is better, leader? Jack Sparrow, Captain America, Batman, or Optimus Prime? Captain America. Who would win in a fight, Jason, Michael, or Predator? Again, if they can't see Predator, Predator's winning. Who is stronger, Dumbledore or Freddy? Who is Dumbledore? I feel like I should know who Dumbledore is. Hold on, let me look. Dumbledore. I think I spelled that wrong. Oh, Dumbledore. Who is stronger? Probably him. I would say probably him. Dumbledore is from Harry Potter. Okay, I feel like that's why I feel like his name sounded familiar. His name did sound familiar. Another hot take: X-Men beats Avengers if they have Magneto, Wolverine, and Phoenix. Ooh. No. No, the only reason why I'm going to say no, I love the X-Men. Preferably Rogue, Wolverine, and Gambit are my three favorites. If we're doing the entirety of what is the Avengers, you have so much that could easily knock out a lot of the X-Men. Right? You got Scarlet Witch, you got Captain Marvel, you got Thor, you got Doctor Strange. Magneto controls Metal Spider-Man's suit. Iron Man, goodbye. Yeah, so stuff like that, that's where Magneto would take the cake. But you got Scarlet Witch, you got Doctor Strange, you got Captain Marvel, you got Gamora, you got Black Panther. So I feel like, honestly, I feel like you're giving some pretty good examples. I do. I'm not disagreeing with you. You can't kill Wolverine. No. Depends on which Wolverine. Depends which Wolverine. Because I feel like, if we can't kill Wolverine, technically, then Wolverine shouldn't have died in Logan, but he had to die for story for plot. So, and technically, you can kill Wolverine because if Magneto can do it, I can't see why anybody else couldn't do it. Another hot take: Lobo can be Lobo from DC, pretty much. Yeah, that one I can agree with you on that one. Lobo's kind of crazy. Who would win, Art the Clown or Michael Myers? Art. Who has a better healing factor, Deadpool? They pretty much are the same, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm just gonna say I'm gonna say Deadpool because Deadpool. I think Wolverine's can take up to days, but I think Deadpool's is like in the matter of minutes. So I'm gonna say Deadpool on that. Ghost Rider or Silver Surfer? Ooh, I love both of them, but Silver Surfer. Bro, I took my sister's phone. That's crazy. Deadpool versus Art the Clown. Deadpool, because Deadpool can't die. Neither can Art yet, not that we know of, but hopefully in Terrifier 4 they clear that up on if Art can die or not. Odin and Ghost Rider versus Superman and Scarlet Witch. Odin and Ghost Rider. Odin and Ghost Rider. I'm calling it right now. Odin and Ghost Rider. Deadpool is the funniest superhero. Yeah, only because he can break the fourth wall. He can be realistic about shit that, nobody else would do in a Marvel movie. Who is faster, Wally West or the Speedster? Technically. Let me look this. Grug or fiction? Grug. Technically, if I can throw in a character between Speedster and Wally West, I'm gonna throw in Sonic because I found this out. Who is the fastest between Sonic, Flash, and Speedster? So they're saying depending on it depends on how we're looking at it. Who's more durable, Dr. Eggman or Eggman? What is the most iconic TV series of all time? Ooh. To me, it's between Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, Alf, Full House, or That's So Raven. What's better, The Walking Dead or Friends? See, I like The Walking Dead, but I like Friends a lot more than Walking Dead. Don't get me wrong, I love Walking Dead, but I have to choose Friends on that one. I have to choose Friends on that one. Friends is a different. Who is the better villain? Ooh, Negan. Negan is the best. Negan's the best one. What's Friends? You don't know what Friends is? Ugh. Friends is like a night. It's a '90s sitcom. Is it right? Am I right? Friends. That was the '90s. Yeah, Friends is a '90s sitcom with like Courtney Cox, Jennifer Aniston, the guy that plays Melman from Madagascar, and then a couple others. Uh, sure.
What?
Vanilla caramel.
Vanilla caramel.
Yeah. If Robin's getting it, she'll know. How's Brona know? Who had the most who has the most understandable thing to turn into a villain? Do you believe Jason is evil enough to kill kids? No, Jason has morals. Whereas Michael Myers don't care. All bets are off when it comes to Michael. Michael has killed kids in his movies, so no, I feel like Jason. If he's seen a kid getting jumped, would he help them or kill them? So that pretty much answers a question in like part 6, because Jason really could have killed all the kids in part 6, but he did not. So I'm gonna say he helps him instead of kills them. Bro, you have to go. All right, I'll see you later, man. Thank you for stopping by. If you haven't seen Friends, I suggest you see Friends. Friends is a very good show. Friends is a very good show. I actually really like Friends. Rest in peace to Matthew Perry. Rest in peace. I've been live for what? I'm an hour and 23 minutes in. All right. Ooh, I should probably work on the album more. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do yet. Is it 7:50? Oh shit. Oh, 7:58. My thing is off by like 9 minutes. Cool. Cool. I'm gonna look at, okay. Who would survive in an all-out free-for-all? Ooh, I don't know. Who's this, Hulk or Broly? Oh my god. Now we're getting into death battle territory. It depends on how you look at it. It can be Broly, but depending on what version of Hulk we're talking about, it can be Hulk. So what is the worst fictional world to live in? Ooh. I would probably say you know what? I don't know. What is worse, 28 Days Later or The Walking Dead? 28 Days Later. Worldbreaker Hawk versus Ruin King Thor. Worldbreaker Hawk. Would you rather be friends with Art or Michael? Honestly, I don't care either or. Me personally. Either way, if they're going to have my back in regardless, it's going to be a bloodbath between those two anyway. So, honestly, I think Michael would be too boring. Although I love Michael Myers to death, but Michael is just too boring. He doesn't talk. Well, neither does Art, but Art at least has some comedic. He's a clown, so he has some comedic stuff behind the fact that he's a brutal serial killer. So I'm gonna just bring my laptop up just slightly closer. Who's better character, Laurie Strode or Sydney from Scream? Oh, Laurie Strode. Jamie Lee Curtis, the original Scream Queen. Laurie Strode, yeah. Jamie Lee Curtis. I do like Sydney from Scream, but no, Jamie Lee Curtis takes that cake. Who's more twisted, Ghostface or Michael? Michael. Is it easy? Is it easy? Because although it is easy to bully both of them, they can still harm you in drastic ways. What is the most iconic horror movie kill of all time? Ooh. When Johnny Depp gets blended in the bed by Freddy Krueger in the first Nightmare on Elm Street. Johnny Depp falls asleep, and Freddy drags him underneath in his bed and turns him into a giant blood fountain. So that, I would say, is easily one of the most iconic ones of all time. It is cold. Would you rather fight with Jason or with the 1990s Jason? Tim Curry's Pennywise is good, but Tim Curry's Pennywise really didn't do shit as much as, like, scare somebody. Like, he really doesn't brutally attack them. Would you rather... who would win, Jason or 5 Leprechauns? Jason. Well, no. Because if Jason doesn't know about the 4-leaf clover, then it would be Leprechaun. Would you rather they revive the Friday the 13th? Or would you rather they revive Friday the 13th or they make another It? So, they're technically doing both. It is turning into a TV show on HBO Max. They're making a short film for Jason, plus this August there's a Peacock TV show about Jason Voorhees. So either way, they're both coming back this year. Pennywise 2 or 1? Well, which one's one and which one is one Tim Curry and the other one Bill Skarsgård? Because then I'll choose Bill Skarsgård. Whichever one the newer one is. I'd say Bill Skarsgård is the best one for its time, but OG Pennywise was best for their time. Because if you think about it, right, 1990s Pennywise was a TV miniseries. Freddy vs. Jason or Alien vs. Predator? Ooh, two great fucking rivalries that were turned into movies. Freddy vs. Jason. I'm talking about the newer ones. Are you talking about the remakes? Who's a better fighter, Jason or Predator? Again, if Jason can't see Predator, then it's going to be Predator. If Jason can get a grasp on the Predator, then it's going to be Jason. What is the most iconic scene in horror history? Probably Psycho. Probably the shower scene from Psycho. The pull back the curtain, the stab him with the music. Who is the godfather of all horror characters? So this is specifically my opinion. Of all horror characters, if we're going Godfather, that means we got to go back OG. So I'm gonna either say Dracula or do I want to say the monster from the Blue Lagoon? No, I'm gonna say Dracula. I think Dracula. Predator is technically the strongest. Again, if Jason can't see him. If Jason sees him, Jason's killing the Predator. Who's more iconic, Frankenstein or Drac? Oh, you know what? No. Frankenstein's pretty iconic. I'm gonna say Frankenstein. Prep time. Godzilla or Batman? Godzilla. Batman with prep time. I must say Godzilla. The Mummy or Art the Clown? Art the Clown. Yeah, I'd say Art the Clown. Oh, So I was thinking I should do movie reactions, but the only problem is you won't see the movie. You would only be getting my reaction because of copyright reasons and other stuff on the fact that I don't have proper equipment to do movie reactions like that. Um, but it's mainly a copyright issue. So if you guys want to see me react to some of my favorite movies or movies that you guys recommend, I can do that. Again, you will only be seeing my reaction to it, and you will not be seeing the movie. And then I can give my review after the movie. Yeah, I'd say Art the Clown over the Mummy. I don't think the Mummy would. I mean, the Mummy is nostalgic, but compared to the likes of Art the Clown, I think Art takes the cake in that department. Gonna be honest. All right, I want to go back to look at the MXES for FNAF. First appearance, Security Breach Ruin. It is a digital rabbit, unspecified gender. That's fine. They presume it as a female. Interesting. Enemy, the Mimic, and Cassie. So it's enemies to the Mimic. Ooh, this is interesting. So it doesn't like Cassie. That's a no-brainer because they chase Cassie throughout the entire game. That's a no-brainer. But it's an enemy to the Mimic. That is interesting. I know for a fact what. Are you agreeing with me for Art? Goals. Keeping security online, it failed. Containing the Mimic, failed. Deceased. Deactivated by Cassie. Oh. I forgot about... Because there's multiple endings to Ruin DLC as well, so I completely forgot about even that. Interesting. What's up? A male. No, for a fact. Well, so it says unspecified, referred to as they, them, presumably a female. So they're just assuming that it's a female. But if it has been common knowledge known as... If it is an actual proven fact that it is a male, then it's male. But they're just saying it's presumably a female. So they really don't know. So they really just don't know. Oh my god, they got canon part 2, non-canon, unclear. Wait, what? Unclear, Into the Pit, and FNAF World were unclear if they're canon or not? What's the next one? Who thought the first punch and who dies, Broly or Doomsday Hulk? Who throws the first punch? Hulk. I'm gonna say Hulk. I'm gonna say Hulk does that. I'm gonna say Hulk throws the first punch, and then Broly tries to deflect it, and then gets fucked up. I'm curious. Unclear. Why is Into the Pit unclear? Five Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit. It was originally a book. Yeah, I know. What's up, Hybrid Jackie? Welcome to the Q&A. Ask away any question, any request, ask anything. Main protagonist, Oswald. Main antagonist, Spring Bonnie, yeah. Date in the timeline, 1985 to 2019. Location, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, Jeff's Pizza. Into the Pit is kind of a bad FNAF game to me. Who is better, the actor Jackie Chan or Tom Cruise, The Rock or Morgan Freeman? Ooh, Jackie Chan and The Rock is good too. Actually, they're all pretty good, but my favorites would be Jackie Chan, Morgan Freeman, and Tom Cruise. What is your favorite video game of all time? So it's between FNAF or Kingdom Hearts. If you were to put it in genres, I could give you a list of them. But of all time, it's between Kingdom Hearts or FNAF. Okay, experience heart-pounding adventure, beloved. Yep. This is a book turned into a game. Yep. I understand. Oh, the only thing I didn't like about Into the Pit, there was no Foxy. Foxy wasn't even included into the game. He was a mask in a vending machine. So there was no Foxy, which kind of made me upset on the fact that there was no Foxy. That's three times, dude. Foxy wasn't in Security Breach. He wasn't in Into the Pit, and then he wasn't even in The Secret of the Mimic. Oh, he technically was. Yeah, Captain Foxy wasn't. Yeah, okay. If Hitler didn't die, what would have happened? Probably the world probably would have ended. Who is the most evil person in history? Probably Hitler. I'm sure there's somebody else, but for right now, I think the safest bet to say is Hitler. What do you think was your favorite Poppy Playtime chapter? Ooh, I actually really like Chapter 4, but my favorite one was Chapter 3. Chapter 3 or Chapter 1? And you would be seeing Chapter 1. Who's a better leader? Optimus Prime, Captain America. Who would win? Superboy. Why is Foxy the only one getting put out of FNAF? I know the fan favorite one. 90% of the time, he's the fan favorite out of all the 4 characters, and yet Foxy was lucky. We were lucky enough to see Foxy in Secret of the Mimic as Captain Foxy, but so Roxanne was also in Secret of the Mimic as well. But Into the Pit and Security Breach, Foxy was nowhere to be found. Foxy was either a cardboard cutout in Security Breach, or he had a ride that shut down and nothing of him. And all he was a mask in fucking Into the Pit. Okay, so it really doesn't...
David!
I'm coming. Give me a second. I gotta move my shit. On. Let me put chat back up. Did I see K-pop Demon Hunters? Yes, I have seen that.
It's on the stairs.
Okay. Who wins, Curious George or Grug? Yes, I did see K-pop Demon Hunters. It is a very good movie. Cap couldn't keep the Avengers together. That's true. What is the most iconic meme or all-time without Rickroll? To me, I was around when Vine was around. I don't know if anybody knows about Vine. Any of the Tom Sanders Vines, or Thomas Sanders, or Marlon Webb, or King Batch Vines. But those don't count as memes. Some of them grew into memes, but I think memes... And I can't say Rickroll, because Rickroll was... But he already said I can't do Rickroll, so Rickroll was a good one. Memes. Fuck, what was the... It was like, oh, you want to know how to make like a fresh meme, get a saturated hallway, fill it with shadow demons, and then put a funny text like me and the boys at 2 a.m. looking for beans or something. Like, that was the funniest one to me. Did you know FNAF Security Breach takes place in 2031? Bro, Vines was peak. I agree. And yes, I am aware that FNAF Security Breach takes place in 2031. Although it was a toss-up between 2031 and 2035. From the looks of it, 2016 to 2018 was amazing for Vines. For some reason, for me, it was always sunny. My life was perfect. I could agree. Vines were. I'm so sad that that no longer exists. Vines were such a good thing. What game is more influential, Pac-Man or Donkey Kong? See, I'm a fan of both, but I'm gonna say Donkey Kong. Who is my favorite K-pop demon hunter? Ooh, Mario Kart or Crash Bandicoot? Crash Bandicoot, hands down. What's the main character with the braided hair? That's the part demon, part human. I forgot the name of her. Is it Rumi or something? Isn't it Rumi? The lead singer is Rumi. But Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot, hands down, is one of the best. It's on my channel, the remakes. I'm going to play the original ones eventually. I will get there. Crash Bandicoot easily beats Mario Kart any day. Yeah, Rumi. Rumi's my favorite one. Scale Godzilla down to Kong from Skull Island. Who wins? Kong. I'm not going to answer that question because I don't care for politics, and no, I did not vote for him. I didn't vote for anybody. I don't care for politics. Politics and fuck off. Are you team Palestine or Israel? What are those teams for again? Are they soccer, football? They're football teams? Sorry, we say soccer over here, but I say football. Are those football teams? If it's something other than football, if it's something other than sports, I'm out of the loop. Which in that case, I don't know. Garna Bam Bam 1 or 4. So I'm gonna eventually be playing all the Garna Bam Bam games. I've never played them nor seen them, so I don't know. Who's got better burgers, McDonald's or Burger King? Ooh. McDonald's variety-wise, Burger King for one specific reason. I like the Whopper from Burger King and the onion rings, but McDonald's has got the Big Mac, it's got the chicken sandwich, it's got... So I'm going to say McDonald's. Do you agree that all NFL champs are world champions? You know, I don't know. I don't know. Good question. I don't know. Do you agree that all NFL champs are world champions? No, but that might be controversial. I'm not too sure. That might be controversial. I'm not too sure. Whopper or Big Mac? Ooh, so it depends on the mood. If I haven't had Burger King in a long time, dude, a Whopper hits just right. Same thing with McDonald's. If I haven't had McDonald's in a long time, a Big Mac smacks. I would say, personally, a Big Mac or a Whopper is bigger than a Big Mac. So I'm going to go with a Whopper. That's hard to choose, though. Because I love both. I love both Burger King and McDonald's. And a lot of people look at me like I'm insane because I like Burger King. But me personally, Burger King slaps. In my opinion. Ooh, where did I put... here it is. I need this. Plug in my external keyboard so I can sit back. Point that just a little bit that way. Didn't want to do that. Whew. Now I can actually lore dive. Ooh, you know what? Actually, let me... You guys can keep putting stuff in chat. I'm actually going to hook this to my TV, actually. Hold on a minute. Throw that there. Oh shit! I forgot. My thing is not even connected. Interesting. Interesting work. Interesting work. It's not even connected. Give me a second. Okay. Shit. Alrighty. Oh god. Okay. Now I have the stuff on TV on the TV. Ooh, you know what I could do? Hold on a minute, actually. Put this up. And then can I there should be a way, right, to turn this or I can have just the stream on TV or have it on here. Where is it? Is it this one? Is it you? Yeah. Extend it. There we go. Okay. So I have who thinks that I'm a nice man? I appreciate that comment. Okay, so I'm going to now pull up. Oh shit, do I gotta like drag and drop? Do I gotta like drag and drop? Do that. Okay. I might have fucked up on that. Hold on a minute. Duplicate. There we go. Okay, there we go. I thought I paused it. I was like, ooh. About to say, whoops. Okay, let's look into more of this lore. I like how Games Canon Part 1 is all of them up to Security Breach Ruin. Oh, then this is Help Wanted 2 then. Got you. Non-canon, unclear, Joy of Creation, Five Nights at Candy's. Five Nights at Candy's 4 didn't even come out yet. That'd technically be Five Nights at Candy's the remake. Yeah, technically that hasn't even come out yet. I hit the wrong button. Damn it. Damn it. Okay, I'm reading up on this Five Nights at Candy's 4. Forgotten Candy. Forgotten Candy. Really? Really. Interesting. Let's look into the canon of all the games. FNAF 1 came out, release date July 24th, came out for the demo August 8th. Is when it originally came out full. Okay, give me just a second, guys. Nope. Okay, give me just a second. I'll be right back. I have to use the bathroom, so give me just a second while I go do that. Let me put it right here. I'm gonna slightly turn it right there. Okay, I'll be back. Okay. Ugh, shit. Okay. I'm back. It is still cold as balls down here. Okay. Okay. Okay, so I'm at almost 2 hours. Unfortunately, it is coming to 8:30, and I got to get ready to end this stream, so I can, just settle down, play some more games just for a little bit, and then go to bed. So I get up early and work out. But I have to thank everybody that was here in this stream tonight. So Axe, Bossmo, or Dev, Cameron, Jetspeed, Kyron, I think that's how you say her name. I'm sorry if I messed that up. Goofy, thanks for showing up. Thank you everybody that showed up in this stream tonight. I appreciate y'all. Is it nighttime over here? Yeah, it's getting pretty dark. I have a window right over here. It is getting pretty dark. The sun is setting as we speak. So again, thank you everybody that was in this stream. Thank you guys for showing up to this Q&A. We are 1 sub away from our sub goal. 95 is our new sub goal. Once we hit 95, then it would be 100. And then once we hit 100, every 10 is our sub goal. And then once we hit like 200, then it's every 20. Thank you for showing up, Cameron. I appreciate it. Okay. And so so before I end it, either tomorrow or Tuesday is Spider-Man. So if I don't stream tomorrow, it will definitely be Tuesday night where we start Spider-Man. I know I'm probably not going to be streaming Saturday night. I do know I'm going to be streaming Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then next week, and then that's where hopefully the job comes into play. Hopefully a job comes into play where I can work and then stream at the same time. But I will see you guys for Spider-Man. Thank you guys, and yeah, I will catch you guys next time. All right, bye-bye.